Alrighty then. We are going to react to Synthetic Man because he made a very weird Fallout review of the TV show. See over here, Fallout is dead again. Okay, man. Whatever you say, whenever you need to tell yourself. Okay. Where is the thing? Here. Okay. Get ready. It's gonna be a mess.
The much anticipated Fallout TV adaptation has finally released. And who am I kidding? We all knew this would be bad. Is anyone...
Yeah, everyone thought it was going to be bad. I'll be honest, I thought it would be so bad. I had no expectations.
surprised? I mean, a single person. I made a video just reacting to the first trailer and knew this would be an absolute butchering. And why is that? Well, not just because it's Amazon, and we all know from Rings of Power and various other shows they made that they really don't care about the source material of any series, franchise, no matter how beloved. I mean, if they didn't care about Lord of the Rings, they sure as hell were not going to care about Fallout.
Yeah, and the Halo, I heard that the Halo show was incredibly sad and disappointing for all fans, which is very sad for them. The Fallout show is cool, it's fun.
But not just that, we know Bethesda doesn't care about Fallout, at least.
What is this? Not interested in discussing how realistic things are in an alternate universe post-apocalyptic game with talking mutants and ghosts. True, it's fair.
The lore, the canon, anything that they weren't directly involved with, and honestly, in some cases, even some of their older games, they don't care about continuity in the least bit. Now, for the sake of maintaining relevancy, I'm only going to review the first episode in this video, and I'll review the whole season next week. Every single episode dropped at the same time, so on the one hand, that's totally a good thing because this will be gone and forgotten in no time flat.
Honestly, don't think so. I think it's a good thing because people can just binge watching, but it's also fun to just wait and expand the relevancy. Yeah.
Because I don't think anyone who's a real fan of Fallout is going to consider this canon, especially because of all the retcons, inconsistencies. It's obvious the showrunners didn't give a single shit about the Fallout universe, yet Todd Howard said this is canon.
Well, if you say he's canon, it's canon. Not much discussion there.
Fucking hate Todd Howard at this point. I don't care if he's not directly involved with any of Bethesda's projects and he's basically just a glorified salesman, the face of the company. Doesn't matter. He's still taking the fucking blame. So before I start,
I don't care who took decisions. I'm gonna hate Todd Howard. This is funny for now.
Start spoiling everything in the intro. We might as well just get into the breakdown. So episode 1 begins in 2077, right before the bombs drop. We see Walton
Why is Goku on my screen?
Goggins playing one of the main characters, the Ghoul. Yes, they literally call him the Ghoul when there are thousands of ghouls at minimum in the Fallout universe. He is the Ghoul. But as of right now, he is Cooper Howard, a Marine veteran who is famous for something.
Okay, the Ghoul is a nickname, like the Courier, the Soul Survivor, yeah, and also he's a cowboy. You know how many movies there are where the main character is a cowboy and they just have a nickname, or not even that, they're just nameless, they're nobody, or they're named Nobody. Like, come on, man. Keep it up with the source.
I don't think they explain it in this scene, but they imply he played some kind of cowboy character. I don't know if it's for commercials or military propaganda.
Wait, hold up. He said, I'm gonna be the first episode and everything else. Has he watched only the first episode? Have you watched watch only the first episode and do a review of that. I understand like alone, but you can't expect people to just explain everything in episode one. Like yeah, later episodes it shows that he plays a cowboy. He's an actor who plays cowboys. Sorry, man. I'm just confused.
And now he just does birthday parties for alimony payments. And I find this even more funny because his kid is mixed race. So his black wife divorced him, and now he plays fucking birthday parties. How black-pilling is that? And
What did he just say? No. No, okay. Maybe I'm hearing things. Maybe I'm hearing
at the risk of getting a shit ton of dislikes from normies, just like my review of the first episode of The Last of Us, I find this even more funny because if you know anything about marriage statistics, you would know that white male, black female actually has the lowest divorce rates. So
yeah, that's a good thing.
in a way, you could almost say this is anti-propaganda, but I still think it's promoting race mixing as
am I hearing things? This wait, what in the segregation did I just hear? Oh my oh my gosh. My guy, we're not washing machines. You know, white can mix with other things. Don't have to separate the white from everything else. We're not a washing machine. What is going on? is it pranking? It must be. He must be like rage baiting. He must be.
basically
Like,
every show on television does. You know, for as woke as video games are these days, TV and movies blow the gaming industry out of the water. Basically,
what? Well, it depends on one your definition of woke, because there is woke that is, yeah, we're including people that are part of a minority because they exist, my guy. And there's the woke that makes fun of it, like, you're putting gays in my post-apocalypse. Like, my guy, what are you on? Please explain yourself because I'm confused.
every streaming show I've tried to watch with my mother has had some form of propaganda in it, and usually multiple types, whether it's race-related, gender-related, LGBT related. It's usually all of the above.
Oh yeah, you know what I hate to see when I watch something with my mom. Oh yeah, inclusivity. Yeah, that's worse. What the heck, man? Come on, like the thing I dislike to see when I watch a show with my mom is, well, racism. Unprompted, if it's like for a story or because it's historically accurate and someone else calls out yes that BS, okay, we can kind of accept it. But or you know, toxic male relationships, toxic relationship, toxic male, toxic female, and then it's treated as romantic, or you know what we should hope to achieve. Like that's gross, but yeah, people in love, not disturbing me. Gays, lesbians, trans people, not they do not offend me just by existing. What are you talking about, man?
But anyway, getting back to Fallout, the rich
Oh my gosh, man. I'm sure some people made fun of him because he said, I'm watching a show with my mom. Come on. It's fun to watch something with your mom. It's not fun to be like, oh yeah, we do not enjoy because mixing stuff. It's feel gross just to say it.
guy who's hosting the birthday party calls Walton Goggins a communist because he won't stick his thumb up.
Actually, is
Party
sorry.
calls Walton Goggins
What
a
did he say? Actually, is the black guy that says it? Sure.
because he won't stick his thumb up in reference to the supposed safe distance from a nuclear bomb, implying that Walton Goggins opposes the war with China. Nothing really comes.
Not really. He just doesn't want to do the thumb up thing, and then his kid is like, why don't you want to do that sum it up? And he says, well, they say that this the safe distance of the bomb, etc., etc., and the whole pitch boy thingy. He just doesn't want to do that. And it will be explained in another episode, in other episodes. 'Cause they slowly unravel the story. They don't just info dump on one episode. You know, Construction of a story, but I digress. I don't want to spoil everything to y'all, but yeah, it's explained that it's not just the distance or the pit boy. There's a reason.
Of this whole scene is obviously supposed to give you an idea what the retro future culture of 2077 looks like.
Yeah.
But if a modern Marxist rewrote history and added diversity everywhere.
A Marxist. Do you know who Marx is? Do you know that the communists are the bad guys in this Fallout series? Because you seem a bit lost. So, yeah, if it's the future, there will be diversity. Do you think it will be just white America? Come on, man.
Now, it's not like in the original Fallout games all the characters were white, but this...
Proving my point, my guy.
Something uncanny about this whole thing. We'll put it at that. I'm not going to make a huge deal over it.
You are!
So anyway,
you are making a huge deal, my guy. What are you on about? What is going on? What is going on?
Shortly after the first nuke drops on LA, the rich guy punches his black friend, not letting him in their fallout shelter, and Walton got...
Yeah, because there's not enough space, so people are fighting already for quote-unquote resources.
Goggins rides off on a horse with his daughter on the back, as if you could fucking outrun a nuke. They literally...
Yeah, he can't. He knows that, but he's desperate. Like, it's not just gonna sit there like, well, kiddo, now we die. No, of course his instincts are like, gotta take my kid away, even if it's useless. He doesn't care at the moment. He's desperate.
He just told us in the previous scene the safe distance is the size of a thumb. I think that explosion might be a little bit bigger than that. I know they...
Yeah, he is desperate, again. Poor horse.
Did this to have a really dramatic scene, but
yeah?
It just comes across incredibly idiotic.
My guy, do you know empathy? If you care for someone... my guy, seriously, he's desperate and...
Especially since 3 more...
Maybe trying to save his kid. He knows he's useless, but he has to try something. In a desperate situation, you will try to do something to get to safety, to get people you care for to safety. Even if you know it's useless. It's instincts.
More nukes drop, one which is within a mile of the house. Whatever. So anyway, moving on, we fast forward to the present, and I want to point out, this takes place after all of the games. And more importantly, 15 years after Fallout New Vegas.
Cool.
You're gonna want to remember that, considering this takes place on the West Coast. So now we meet our true protagonist, Lucy, a resident of Vault 33, which I guess was another control vault. Either that or it's some kind of multi-vault experiment, as they fail to adequately explain in the show. Vault 31, 32, and 33 are all directly connected to each other.
They explain it, maybe not perfectly in episode 1, but it is explained and explored and everything else. But again, if you watch only episode 1, yeah, you wouldn't know everything because it's the first episode. It's not a movie. That you have all the story. You have pieces of the story that will be continued another episode. I digress.
And so Lucy is applying for an arranged marriage with one of the other vaults. They show off all of her various skills. And of course, she just so happens to be good at basically everything. Definitely not a Mary Sue guy.
Okay. And Mary Sue is another thing, but let's get into it. Okay, basically, she's good at the things that she can train on in the vault. Like, she goes She's part of the mechanic squad because repairs are important. She grows a garden because it's important. You can't go to the grocery store. It's like someone said, "Oh, yeah, I'm good at grocery shopping and buying things online and calling the repairman." Those aren't exactly things in the vault. And also, yeah, she's good at shooting a poster. Yeah, that's gonna be so useful. The gymnastics so useful in the wasteland. I love that he didn't see this as a way to be like, oh, this is how they kind of explained. This is a in-show, in-universe explanation of the stats you create for your character in the games. No.
Guys. And of course, she gets approved. We
Yeah.
find out her father is the overseer. Her younger brother is this tiny, huge-nosed, cowardly, incompetent beta male. And also that
What? What kind of description? So, yeah, he has a big nose. Kind of. Is that the point? Yeah, he's small, but yeah, he doesn't not much in the first episode, but he is an interesting character. Yeah, he
Lucy
is.
fooled around with her cousin.
Messing around with your cousin, it's all well and good for kids, but it's not a sustainable long-term sexual practice.
Who, despite being a tall, kind of more Chad-looking dude, is also a complete coward, worthless pussy. Get used to hearing that. And so the members of all...
Well, it's kind of called subverting your expectation. Yeah, like you see a big guy. Oh, it must be tough and brave. He's just a bit of a coward. It's fine. It's funny.
Vault 33 meet up with the members of Vault 32, and we find out her soon-to-be husband is actually a white guy and not ugly. Shocking. But
What even is that comment? White guy, I'm not ugly. What?
they ruin that pretty shortly. At the wedding, Lucy asks her new husband Monty what his sperm count is. You know, I think I'm actually starting to like this girl. And even more based, as soon as they get back to her room, Monty strips naked and they just straight up have sex. So I guess one good thing came out of this show. But of course, everything goes to...
My guy. Okay, in my opinion, that was so uncomfortable, and also the talk about the count is because that's what the whole vault is about, like repopulating America, make America great again if you want. So of course she's gonna ask like, hey, we need to have a bunch of babies. How are you doing with that? Like, there is a whole speech before this whole uncomfortable thing that their babies will be the first generation to repopulate America. That's why she asked. Just because like you think it's weird doesn't mean it's weird in the universe. It makes sense for her. And also that random adult scene, it was so uncomfortable for me.
shit as the...
Speaking of, if you just want to see that, you can find other websites with that. You can find fan fictions, okay? They're very well written, I think. But you do you, man. Just if you want to see just that type of content, you can watch another websites.
Big schnoz little brother soon discovered.
You say Bishnots. What the heck does that even mean?
One of the members of Vault 32 is dead and rotting.
Oh,
and it
no.
turns out raiders somehow got into Vault 32, killed everyone, and Lucy gets stabbed, but she manages to save herself in the most cliche Hollywood way possible by smashing a glass on his head and then, like, slicing his face. She heals herself with a...
Yeah, she fought back with what she had available. Yeah, if it's very Hollywood of them. Okay, whatever.
stim pack and then heads into the armory and grabs a fucking trank gun. I guess all the real guns were already gone.
Well, one, maybe, yeah, all the real guns maybe were taken by the raiders, and she's a pacifist at heart. She can't just murder a guy because all she shot at were cutouts of the pit boy. Of course, she's not gonna be like, okay, time to go murder spree.
Grabs a fucking trank gun. I guess all the real guns were already gone. And she witnesses a bunch of her friends get horrifically murdered, men just getting the absolute shit beat out of them. The only competent males at all are the raiders, but her pregnant best friend, after getting stabbed in the eye with a fork, gets a hold of an SMG and starts mowing down raiders. Wow!
Yeah.
My god,
cool.
it's Wolfenstein 2 all over again.
What? Wasn't that the game where you kill a bunch of
This is the cringiest shit ever, seeing pregnant women be badass. I fucking hate this propaganda. It is so transparent.
Oh my gosh. Oh, good God. Women can't have any hobbies. I ever heard of the term mama bear? You try to touch the kid, she will maul you alive. She's doing that, just with a gun. Also, yeah, it's maybe campy, but it's fun. It looks cool. That's why it looks cool. It's
Whatever,
just
moving
cool.
on. Lucy's husband turns out to still be alive and almost kills her, but her dad manages to save her, being the only competent male in the show. And Lucy gets to see how...
You say that about a lot of guys. He is the only competent man. He is the only competent. You say that about a lot of guys.
brutal he is, which I'm pretty sure is implying that he's been to the surface before. But all the survivors
Or
managed...
maybe it's just brutal because he likes to be, or maybe it's just like, hey, you almost killed my kid. I'm gonna mess you up.
to get captured anyway. We see that the Latina overseer is the real villain of the show. Yes, this middle-aged brown woman is supposed to be this mega badass evil raider we're supposed to be intimidated by.
He says that like it's a bad thing. Honestly, when I see a small person, let's say a smaller person in charge of a bunch of big people, like, oh, they can crush your skull with their hands, and then that's the leader that are afraid of that leader. I'm like, okay, in this case, she must have something else that scares these guys. Maybe it's not muscle, but she has some secret weapons. She has something we don't know yet. It's just the first episode.
Modern media is such a joke. We're not even halfway through the episode and I already don't want to watch anymore, but fuck it, let's just get through this. Evil Raider chick gives the overseer an ultimatum. Either choose his daughter Lucy or choose the rest of the residents of the vault. Obviously he chooses his daughter, but instead of killing all the others, the raiders just kidnap the dad and then just let the others run away as a bomb timer goes off.
It's almost as if there was something else going on that we, the audience, don't know about. It's almost as if they had ulterior motives that we do not know about.
And Raider Bitch
yet.
reveals that she knows Lucy's mom. Wow, what a mystery. I'm so intrigued. What the fuck was the point of this scene?
Setting up the adventure, like giving her Lucy a reason to leave the vault, everything.
Right, now we get to meet our final main character, Maximus. And it's another pussy-ass black guy. It's one thing that
Okay, even just in the context of the first episode, he is not a scared guy.
single TV show, movie, and now video game has a diverse cast. But do you have to have every black man be a fucking pussy? And
they're not? He's not? What are you talking about? Who hurt you, man?
Modern media, as harsh as I was on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, at least Barrett is a cool character, okay? You can sell me on a diverse character. If they're cool, if they just act like a person, but they happen to have a different color of skin, I know this is...
Oh, you mean if a person acts like a person but is not white, you accept that? What an interesting view. What an interesting way to say things.
It's very stereotypical shit that basically everyone said by now, but it's true. It doesn't matter how many times it's said, it's accurate. And yeah, so
Yeah, put people that aren't white cis straight boys in your show, but make them act like humans and not a stereotype. Yeah, that's what the diversity is. That's what the people are doing, man. Are you okay?
he gets hate.
Were we watching the same show? Were you watching something else? I got confused because you are clearly using images from the Fallout show, but you were saying stuff from I don't know what show.
By all the other Brotherhood of Steel initiates, and
Yeah.
he gets saved by a trans man. I'm not joking, dude.
Actually, I checked the wiki and they are non-binary, so you're wrong. I wanted to say it so badly, I'm sorry.
There's probably gonna be some coping and seething, but no, that is not a tomboy, that is not a masculine female. No, that is a woman who identifies as a man. You
What?
know it to be true. And she's more of a man than Maximus is. This is fucking embarrassing. Whatever.
Okay, I know some non-binary people that just go by they them because that's what they're more comfortable with. But there's also some non-binary people that use all pronouns. So you using both male and female pronouns is an accidental ally moment. I think it could be. I decided to use that as an accidental ally moment for you.
Anyway,
worry,
moving
man.
on. I have to get through this, guys. I can't take it anymore. Everything I love has been destroyed.
Man, are you okay? Seriously, go lie down, go take a nice cold shower, relax, and then go do something you like. If this is so painful to you, no one told you to do it. You must do it. No, people are just like, whatever, man.
Let's just
Don't
fast
do it.
forward through the rest of this episode. Okay, so another Pridwin shows up. Maybe it's the same Pridwin from Fallout 4. I don't know. They don't confirm or deny in this episode. We see some
The first
Brotherhood
episode.
Knights in T60 power armor show up. And I don't know, it looks okay. I know some people are like, it looks like shitty cosplay. I think the costumes look okay. It's when there's CGI that it looks bad. In the next scene,
Yeah, and it can look a little goofy, but it's Fallout. They're allowed to be a little goofy.
Maximus and the girl boy sneak away and look at some power armor, and Maximus has a flashback to when he was saved by the Brotherhood of Steel. Then we see the initiates play some brick ball. Look, I know they're trying to be cute about, like, oh, post-apocalypse, they don't understand how sports work, but really throwing bricks?
It's not that they don't understand how sports work, it's just the situation is so dire because it's the post-apocalypse that they don't have balls. They cannot make a ball. They have to use bricks because any material will be to be used. Some material to make a ball would be seen as a waste. I cannot even speak. This guy makes lose the ability to speak.
Into a fucking
Because they
square
cannot
hoop.
use anything.
And we learn some of the initiates have been chosen to be squires. And of course,
Good for them.
Maximus doesn't get chosen, but the girl
Poor guy.
boy does.
Good
And
for
so
them.
the next morning, as G.I. Jane puts on her boots, a trap.
Okay, G.I. Jane one was funny. Okay, I don't know why it made me laugh. I mean, okay, the G.I. Joe with G.I. Jane.
placed inside her boot shreds her leg. And
Their
to no
leg.
surprise, Maximus is blamed for this and taken away to be interrogated. Back at Vault 33,
Yeah, I wonder why they accused him. Like, he was just standing there.
Lucy tries to get the council to send out a search party for her dad, but
Yeah.
the fat black soy jack on the council is too
the average Redditor is not agreeing because he is scared.
chicken shit, as is the rest of them. And so Lucy teams up with Big Schnoz and Sweet Home Alabama.
Okay, Sweet Home Alabama was funny. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. Maybe I was not expecting that, but yeah. Yeah, she teams up with her bro and her cousin. Wow, I wonder why. I wonder why they want to help her find her dad.
leave the vault themselves. Of course, her brother, being a massive pussy, won't go with her. Her cousin actually wants to, but she knows he's incredibly incompetent and also a coward, so she
No, he is just scared to go. He doesn't want to go. And she's like, no, you guys protect the
tranks
vault.
him and leaves the vault by herself. Now, this is where the
Okay.
show jumps the shark. We find
I'm sorry, jumping the shark in a universe where like things like the mirrorlorks and super mutants and ghosts and death clothes exist. I think the shark was jumped ages ago.
out that Vault 33 is located next to Venice Beach in the heart of the Boneyard. Now, if you know anything about Fallout lore, you would know that the NCR dominated this territory, brought civilization back to it. There is no way in hell that Vault 33 was not contacted over the course of 100 years. And of course, to address the elephant in the room, LA itself is a massive wasteland, like a featureless desert. What happened to the NCR?
I wonder if that will be explored or answered in the show. I do wonder.
Well, at the time of me recording this, I was spoiled of future episodes.
Oh.
And apparently, Shady Sands got nuked 4 years before the events of Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, that's how you know the showrunners didn't do the research, and yet this show's canon. It's totally canon, guys, that the capital of the NCR got nuked before New Vegas.
Is it? Is it true? Is it true, guys? Can anyone confirm, deny it? It's like, okay, that's
Yet it was
that's
never
bad,
mentioned, and it's more than established that the NCR dominated California and brought civilization back. Fuck this show. Fuck Todd Howard. Fuck Amazon. Bethesda is so beyond dead to me, it's insane. Everyone who likes Fallout 4 gets exactly what they fucking deserve with this show. What blows my mind is there's
Oh, so you're jealous. You're jealous because Fallout 4 fans are happy and you are not. Okay, I can understand like the canon not being respected. I can understand that. It's everything else that you said that's the problem.
people who actually thought Starfield was going to be good. And
Well, yeah, people were hoping for it to be good. People were praying for a Fallout show to be good. But I digress.
even though the NCR capital was nuked, that doesn't explain how the Boneyard turned into a giant desert wasteland. But
Was it bombed?
it's as simple as the showrunners didn't care. This is not made for the fans. This is made for normies who have heard of Fallout. It's made for women who won't even watch the show. And
Well, guilty of charge. I am a woman. I watch the show.
most importantly, it's made as a humiliation ritual. They will destroy everything you love, and you will do nothing about it. At best, you'll vote with your wallet and hope things get better. Yeah, that's worked out so great for us in the last decade. But whatever, I'm not gonna Fed post, because I will legitimately get banned. Next scene, we get back to
Oh, how sad would that be?
Maximus, and he cries like a little baby bitch as the scribe interrogates him, accusing him of something he didn't do. And
Oh, he is acting human. He's crying because he is scared. I thought you said you wanted people that weren't white to act like humans. So you accept them in your shows and games.
he makes almost
Confused
no
me.
effort to defend himself. Eventually, he works up the courage to speak and just says he would gladly give his life for the Brotherhood, and the scribe rewards him by promoting him to squire, taking the she-man's place. Then we get a scene where the she-man doesn't blame him because she knows he would never do it, because, again, he's a little bitch boy who would never do anything wrong.
Not what they said. They said, I know you didn't because you wouldn't hurt a fly. You wouldn't hurt someone of their own.
What a great protagonist. And at his anointment ceremony, he gets a brand burn.
Wow, yeah, a protagonist with, you know, sorry, the trucks are moving outside. Truck-kun is away, going away to prepare a new isekai. What I was saying is, yeah, he's a complex character. Oh, to not have a male Mary Sue.
Burned on the back of his neck by power armor, which is kind of cool, I guess. And
Oh,
now we get another
that was terrifying. I gotta say, okay, that was terrifying.
massive retcon. Apparently, the Enclave is still around. Yup. Even though we see the last of their remnants in New Vegas, which are a bunch of fucking senile boomers, 15 years later, the Enclave is back with a vengeance.
Yeah, maybe they are back with a vengeance. Maybe someone, I don't know, heard of them and recreated the thing. Maybe there was still someone hiding. There are a lot of explanations, or maybe it's a lie to still make the people do what they want to do.
Maximus is tasked with finding one of their runaways who I guess is hanging with dog meat. And for the final scene of the episode, we wrap back around to Walton Goggins as we see a few mercenaries dig up his corpse. Oh god, here we go again. Pete Hines has been vindicated. For those of you who don't know, there is a unmarked quest in Fallout 4 where you find a ghoul child who's been locked in like a fridge or something. I can't even really remember.
Oh, this
the child has been in there for 200 years with no food or water, and you reunite him with his parents who are also ghouls. It's quite possibly the dumbest quest in any RPG of all time.
It's a very silly quest, yes, and I think it's also like kind of a reference to Indiana Jones, yeah. And also, I saw a theory floating around that since they're all ghouls, they might have some problems with their memories. So maybe this kid hadn't been stuck for 200 years, but maybe he just hit there when the bombs dropped, and now every now and then he gets locked inside the fridge. Like he just goes back because he's traumatized and haunted by the memories of bombs, and he forgets that he had been outside, etc. And maybe his parents also, like, oh, how can I say it in a nice way? Forget that he is hiding somewhere, or maybe they just know and they're like, well, yeah, sometimes he does that. Thank you for
And
helping.
rightfully, fans pointed out how stupid it was, how it's been established in the original games that ghouls do eat and drink, and I believe even in Fallout 3 they have to eat and drink. But no, now ghouls are just immortal zombies. And Pete Hines, being a massive silly Billy on Twitter, pointed out how nerds are all losers for caring about continuity. You're right, why should I care about anything that happens in the story? I should just consume your product, you Pete.
Not what they said. They said, why would you care about realistic stuff? Why? Who knows what he was referring to, by the way? But yeah, it's not realistic to have mutants, ghosts, and I don't know the other cool things. It's probably more realistic to have giant cockroaches, but having just that will be bad, will be boring. Also, cows with two heads that survive, that's not realistic. Do we complain? No, because they're cute, they're cool.
You're right, why should I care about anything that happens in the story? I should just consume your product, you piece of shit. But
This
now,
guy's
over
so-
8 years later, Bethesda still has a chip on their shoulder about that one, and has confirmed in this show that ghouls can be buried underground in a coffin for who knows how long, and be perfectly fine.
Show zooms in on an IV bag if that's supposed to explain how to survive, what the heck is in his supply. Is the someone comes to change the IV bag every now and then? Well, I have a theory, a film theory if you want. So he was buried there by a guy, and they say that this guy or someone that works for him every now and then comes and dig the goal up to make him do his bidding. His bidding. Yeah. Yeah, so probably someone was going there to change the IV bag or check to see if he's still alive and still, sane, kinda. Uh, so yeah, it's perfectly possible that someone was just changing IV bags. Also, it's very skinny. So yeah, probably he was surviving on IV bags for a while.
And for seemingly no reason at all, Walton Goggins kills the three mercenaries. They weren't even hot.
Oh, the real reason is they insulted him by mentioning California and then completely reasonably to put him back in the ground when he acted hostile. It's incredibly forced. No, God, my God, no. The scene was that these guys pull him out of the grave. They're like, hey, we have a very cool bounty and we want you to come with us because you're very cool. And he's like, it's easier to not share with people, so I'll go and then end them. Because it's easier to divide by one. And also they say stuff like, oh yeah, then we can retire and we can no longer do this job. And it's like, but I do it because I am having fun.
They were offering to share a bounty with him, and he kills them. This show is fucked.
Because it's easier to share just with himself.
Fucking stupid. Okay, that was episode 1. It sucked dick. It ruined everything. Fallout's dead again. Honestly, Fallout's been dead to me since Fallout 4 released, and to even more fans.
That explains things. Explains things.
After 76. So while
yeah, 76, I heard bad things about it.
Yes, I did get kind of angry over certain things in this show. Sometimes I ham things up for the reviews. I honestly don't care that much. I'm just tired of...
You don't care that much? Are you sure, baby boy? Are you sure? Come on. Oh my gosh. You weren't that angry. That didn't show, like, at all. Like, oh my gosh, still yapping about stuff? Okay, let's see what he has to say.
Propaganda being shoved in my face more than anything. And yeah, I mean, this show...
You were angry at the wrong things then.
It's woke as fuck. It's diverse as hell. It's an obvious female empowerment story. That's...
Oh yeah, because women cannot have hobbies. Like, why is it such a bad thing to you that a woman is a main character, is doing something cool? Do we all have to stay in the kitchen, make you a sandwich?
It's really the most annoying thing of all. Lucy is an obvious Mary Sue.
She's not.
All of the men around her are incredibly pathetic and weak. The trans male character was more of a man than Maximus, one of our main
You're still talking
characters.
About stereotypes.
You would think black people would make more of a stir about this, but as you saw with my Spider-Man 2 review, no, they totally love Miles.
Oh gosh. Obviously not all black people of my viewers are black. Shocking, I know. Yeah, I am shocked. Yeah, did he just pull the I'm not racist because I have black people that watch my videos? Did it seriously? Oh my gosh. Oh my, no, I can't. I can't with this guy. Come on. Like, what the heck?